So, quite a few clients who come to our courses here in this studio in Mill Valley, they get started with their business, or they buy a roaster and then they come here to learn about roasting, or they are in an expansion mode. And right now I'm brewing a coffee that was just recently sent to us by this company. And Matt, the owner of Argo Sons and Coffee, he's of course very curious how his coffee is working out. Now this is a interesting, it's a Sundried Natural Coffee that he purchased from one of the importers here in the US, and he did a roast profile on this, which is which looks like an Actron 48, maybe 50, just right up against the second crack. And he asked us for my opinion on this coffee. So I'm brewing it right now. I using this pour over setup, and I've carefully ground some coffee, measured it out, and I'm preparing it now using a 1:13 coffee to water ratio. And so I'm now 2 minutes on its way with this coffee. So this is a Sundried Natural, very similar to these beans that I'm holding here. Sundried Natural beans, how are they produced? Basically by allowing the cherry to dry on drying beds in the sun, in the open air, on African beds. This is an Ethiopian coffee from Yergachefe, and in Yergachefe they produce some of the finest Sundried Natural coffees. I'm really truly a big supporter of Sundried Natural Ethiopian coffees. Now, while I'm extracting this coffee, I can also get a scent for the aromatics, and I already smell like kind of a bouquet of, on one side, flowers, fruit. There's something sparkling coming out of this, which reminds me of a true Yergachefe quality. And this type of pour over, is of course now really very much in and hip to do coffee like this, but this is how my grandmother made coffee at her house, and she probably learned it from her mother, so there's nothing new about this, my friends. But the cool part is that this is a really great way to prepare coffee. So a little bit about roasting a natural coffee, whether it's from Ethiopia or from other places. It will develop generally a little bit different from washed coffees. And why is that? Because with Sundried Natural coffees, the color of the green bean, as you saw it here, is not always perfectly even. Obviously, in the process of natural fermenting cherries, there are going to be some differences between the colors of the beans. There's a different absorption rate of the sugars of the cherry. There's a different process of how moisture will distribute through the bean. So as a result, with Sundried Natural coffees, we do accept some diversity of flavors between the beans. That's fine. You get in return, you get this usually this really phenomenal bouquet of flavors in your cup. And the roasting of these coffees can be tricky, specifically Sundried Natural coffees. They can kind of behave like softer beans, and you have to be very careful with your heat application during the roast. So Matt, the owner of this company, he's of course very interested to hear about our feedback. What he did in his roaster, I don't know what machine he uses, he didn't really indicate it, but he charged this coffee at 300 degrees Fahrenheit, which is on an absolute scale somewhat lower, so it looks like he paid attention in the class. He used 100% airflow. The first crack was at 11 minutes or 366, and the finish was at 14:37 at 4:03 with an RD, roast development time, of 3 minutes 37 seconds, which is an RD, which is a roast development time that in my opinion should work well for a coffee like this. And so I'm going to place this here, and now I'm going to prepare for the moment supreme, that is tasting this coffee. I do get this kind of bouquet of flowers and fruits, and let's now see if this coffee delivers its promises that I smelled in the aromatics. Nice. We saw the roast level before. I think overall I really like the flavors. I think the fruit is well developed. The floral aspects are really well developed. But there's maybe a little bit too much this overlayer of chocolate created by the roast, caramel chocolate. And lightening up this roast just a little bit with a few points will expose the fruit a little bit more. But I think overall I think this is a very nice flavor profile, and overall I think Matt is doing a great job, and specifically if he would tweak the roast a little bit, he could create some interesting new flavors in this coffee. Cheers.